think, Mr. Cop Dog? Hey! Happy Sunday, my friends. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guten Tag, whatever it is for you. Hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday. And if you're watching this later on, thanks for stopping in. All right, let me set that down so we can begin our lovely little conversation. Got the live chat squeeze on in here. Oh, guys, I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be fun. I know that. Man, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. You know, we're just coming out of Halloween, so everyone's probably a little exhausted, like myself, yours truly here. But it was a great one. It was a lot of fun. Saw some really lovely people, some of my loved ones, you know. But yeah, now it's time for November. The hand roll is going terrific. Really happy with its progress. About to start the next Zodiac. Things are moving. Also, some really exciting things are moving down the line later on. We have a lot to go for. Scout, it's so good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Terrific to see you. We just had daylight savings time. Got an extra hour of shut-eye. Didn't use it, though. Woke up at like 3 or 4. Kind of kooky that way. Not too sure why. Morning, Apex. We have hide and go seek after this. I'm excited. I'm excited by whatever kooky contraptions you got in store for us. We shall see. For those of you that don't know, we have a studio Minecraft server that we all share, and it's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. Ready for hide and seek later? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got Rage. Oh, we got Rage early today. All right. Cheers, my friend. At what time do you want to do it? Oh, I don't know. It depends on what time I wrap things up here. Maybe I'll have a quick little break. We got Rage and Mythic. Oh, this is already cutting out to be a good day. This is already going to be a terrific day. I can already tell. How we doing, Mythic? Oh, man, good to see you all. Welcome. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys have any creative ventures you want to share? Like, what y'all doing? You're killing legs because bulk starts to... Oh, interesting. Yeah, I could never wrap my head around, like, cutting and bulking, all that stuff. I'm not much of a weight room guy. But I find it very impressive to have, like, self-control. Like, I'm just always grazing. I'm always at the pasture. You know what I mean? Every day is leg day. It's true. Oh, we got these cute little birds saying hi. It's a beautiful day today. Oh, everything's still changing colors. It's funny because it's like not all at once. Like right now I'm looking at a tree that's glowing red. The other tree over here lost all of its leaves, but everything's getting green. It's one of my favorite times of the year when all the hills start becoming emerald, you know? Hey, you picked your footstool restoration up again. Awesome, Scout. That's good to hear. Was a while since the last time. Yeah. I haven't seen that thing in a bit. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. It's going well, though. Hi, Cameron. Welcome. Happy Sunday. We're just starting things up here. You know, having a lovely little cup of Darjeeling tea. We're doing a little hangout where I can answer some of your questions or like talk to you guys about your current projects. It's been forgotten about for a while. Hey, you know, like when it comes to extra projects and stuff like that, that's okay. We forget about them. We put them down. We pick them up. It's all right. I totally understand. Ooh, what's Mythic saying? Hi, Dan. I was doing MMA at 190. That's big. But got a back injury training. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Took 5 months off, but the doctor gave you the green light last week. Oh, that's awesome. So no more fighting, but only lifting for now. Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, at fighting weight at 190, that ain't a little dude. Oh gosh. Yeah, how was everyone's Halloween? This year Halloween was a good one. It was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of really fun people. A lot of kids. Like all the people around me are all having kids right now. I mean, like not like babies, but stinking kids. And it was fun to go out trick or treating with them, and have to pop out every now and then and spook them because you can't go raising soft kids. You gotta show them that there's scary stuff out there. Someone might pop out any second. Oh, I was supposed to wear my costume. I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Was I really? I mean, I'm a Halloween costume in itself. Like I'm a kind of spooky on a good day. Ask any kid, they're like, "Who's this hairy guy?" Oh my god. If we did agree, I apologize. I was a couple of things this year. Casey and I were Miracle Max and Valerie, right? Miracle Max from Princess Bride. The Beat It All, Call the Brute Squad. That guy. With the bellows. That was a lot of fun. And then another night, Casey was a witch, and I was her black cat. And I have a terrible amount of fun being a black cat because they're mischievous. You told us we would? Oh, man. Really? I have no such recollection, but I'll trust you, and maybe I dropped the ball on that one. I very vaguely remember. Scout, don't you gang up on me, too. Don't you dare go ganging up on me. Oh, God, did I drop the ball on that? Dang it. Sorry, I got the memory of a goldfish, I swear. Oh, but before I forget, so we have a little project. I like to use Sundays as like Scout was pointing out, like kind of like a little side project that you put down, pick up again, you know what I mean? Black Cat, the Dark Lord, Anatar, the kitty. Oh, I know, right? Right. Oh, God, that's a TUP reference if you didn't know. But I had a little side project that I need to get to. And it's these leather bands from a friend of mine's. His dad wore these, and unfortunately, he just lost him. And he would like me to engrave some letters on the buckle, on all these little buckles. It's not much area. It's about the size of like my thumbnail, so it's not a whole lot of area to engrave. And I'm not much of an engraver, but it's the thought that really matters, and I think it'll mean a lot to them. Meowron, yeah. Hey, and we got Robin here too. Yeah, so I might be fiddling with this here in a little bit to do a real good little favor for a friend. It's good to see you, Robin. Cameron, there you go. I'm dressed as a blacksmith. Woo! What a stretch, Cameron, I like your style. Hi, Monica. Oh, man, the tea is piping hot today. And yeah, I think a good little favor would do someone some good today. Doesn't cost me a whole lot of time, but it'll mean a whole bunch to them. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. What type of tea? Darjeeling. Yeah, just a lovely black Darjeeling today. Perfect. I'm really curious, though, if a pen will pick up on this silver. You know what? Really curious. Because that would make... Oh, I think we're in luck, guys. All right. So when it comes to engraving, there's a couple different styles that you can do. And what I'm thinking about doing, I'm going to start on the smallest one first and then work up to the big one. Is all he drinks? No, like a sencha. I'll do like a green sencha, Japanese green tea. I'm always whipping up breakfast every Sunday at noon. Sleeping in, good deal. What's your favorite breakfast? That's a big question. That's a big question because I very rarely eat breakfast. Very rarely. Maybe I'll do some buttered toast or something like that to really take the edge off. But yeah, I'm usually in go mode. All right. But so that means breakfast is super special for me because I don't have it very often. And my favorite breakfast. I mean, I just love breakfast food. I think waffles over pancakes. Pancakes are good. There's nothing against pancakes, but waffles take a narrow margin, and I like French toast above waffles. Like a really good biscuits and gravy, and I mean I'm talking like a really good biscuits and gravy. Also very good, but it's a big risk because if it's a bad biscuits and gravy, it's real bad. You can always trust a good French toast. But I think recently my most like kind of favorite breakfast food is actually something I create. It's called egg in a hole. My brother taught it to me when I was a little kid. And you have a piece of toast, you cut a hole at it. I know it sounds terrible. You cut a hole in that piece of bread. You put some oil down. You plop the bread down. You crack an egg in that hole. You let that cook. Do some seasonings. Oil it. Flip it over, and then quickly a little bit of like white cheddar, like a nice sharp white cheddar over the top of it, and grill that up. I like my yolk runny in the center because it kind of comes with its own sauce. On the side, you whip up a nice, not quite a hollandaise sauce, but like a mustard seed aioli off the side. Chop up some green onions and some fresh tomatoes from the garden. Drizzle that over the top. Fresh tomatoes, fresh chopped rosemary, and that is one of my favorites. I will tear that up every single day. You make that here? Oh, that's awesome. Also, big fan of chilaquiles. Chilaquiles, oh my God. Real good. I'm not picky. As long as if it's got good flavor, I'm not picky. I'm gonna just see how this kind of lays out. Oh, but I was talking about engraving. So with some types of engraving, like with the Dremel, I'm removing material, and I don't want to do that because the silver is quite thin. I don't want to remove too much material. You can kind of see our gauge, almost looks like a thumb drive, but we don't have a whole lot of silver to work with. So I don't want to remove any material. I'd rather displace it. So what I'm going to use is a tool rather than a tool that cuts and excavates material, right? Takes it away. It's more of like a little tattoo gun that displaces material. We got Yvonne here. Oh, hi, Yvonne. Good to see you. You're in Rhode Island. I'm in California. Welcome. Is there going to be some tiny little letters? But I guess I could utilize both. What am I even thinking? Of course I'm going to use both sides of this thing. I was trying to fit these letters all right here. I got this whole darn space to work with. And it's a play on the gentleman that was lost, his initials, but like that kind of like, what would Jesus do kind of a thing, but it's going to be what would John Martin do? And this is for his son. Hey, Roy. Welcome. Glad to have you. Pull up a chair, pour yourself a cup of tea. You know, we're hanging out here in the workshop doing some smaller projects. We're just hanging out, talking. Man, Roy's timber art. What kind of timber art do you do? Is it like chainsaw carving and things like that? Yeah, that gives me way more space. Now, font. I'm very particular when it comes to font. What kind of craftsman are you? Hey, jokers. I'm a architectural blacksmith, so I make handrails. This is going to be a crazy hand roll of stampeding forged horses and stained glass. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, working on that. About to start another zodiac sculpture out of the 12. Uh, yeah, big stuff. Big stuff. But today, we're working on little stuff. Not a fan of that. Because I'm thinking about maybe going like at a diagonal. Give it a little bit more of a, I don't know, a little bit more of a pop. I carve wood, spirits, and turn them into birdhouses. How cool is that? Love a good birdhouse. Listen, I don't know if you can hear my birds, but having birds around is really a special thing. You know, you're hearing their little songs, and it's beautiful. Starting more Celtic work. Oh, that's tremendous. I don't know if you can tell, but quite Celtic myself. When and how did you learn the craft? Oh, I've been doing it for like 20, 25 years now. And kind of just started on my own. Started on my own, picked up things as I went, but kind of learned the hard way. That's kind of the way, my learning style, is I just kind of learn out on my own. And that was before it was popular. Tweet, tweet, right? Yes, you can hear them? Oh, good. That makes me happy. Okay, let's think here. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm messing around. Hey, Kendall. Good to have you back. Where am I in the world? I'm in the central coast of California in the U.S. Ooh, that's a great question, Wild. What are the tools I use the most? Right here. A hammer. Is my anvil? Well, my primary anvil, I got a bunch around here. But if I had a nickel for every time I've struck this anvil, I don't know, it'd be crazy. But yeah, primarily all hammer work, all by hand, all hand tools. Yeah, I don't have any like pieces of heavy equipment or anything like that that allow me to do this work. Oh, you asking where Copper is? He's not far. He's never far. Copper dog, come here, dude. I hear a shuffling. I hear a wee shuffling. Copper dog, where are you at? Come here, dude. Oh, he's taking his sweet time. You'd be drowning in nickels, yes. There he is. Come here, Copper dog. Comes the shop dog. Come here. Oh, buddy. There he is. That is 100% genuine Copper dog. He's such a good stinking boy. My best good friend. Done on a lot of adventures together. Do a Scrooge McDuck on all the nickels. Yeah. Yeah, isn't he great? He's a good boy. My favorite boy. How old? Oh, how old are you, buddy? Well, I rescued you when you were 1. So it's probably been like 13 some odd years now, maybe 14. Are you 13 or 14, Copper? He's like, I'm old. Yeah, look at him. He's such a good dog. You want to go adventuring or do you want to stay up here? Is there anything good out there? He's like, I'm ready to go down now. I did my part. I said hi. All right, go run off. Cute little guy. Oh, he's so sweet. You would love that, Kendall. All right, back to business. I'm trying to get this layout right because it's 3 letters and then 2, you know? And I don't really have a whole lot of space for like filigree, you know, because I really like to do some really lovely kind of filigree. There's not a whole lot of space there. You know, kind of like that, like this kind of layout, but I want to add more. Sorry. Tea went down the wrong pipe. All right. We're back. I feel like the letters need to be a little bit smaller so I could put a little flair. Woo! Excuse me. That's not bad. Hands are a little bit shaky, so that's not a good sign. It's a lot of trial and error. You know what I mean? Hey, Kendall, I'm glad you did. What would John Martin do? Working on some symmetry because when it comes to lettering and when it comes to like fonts, there needs to be like a level of continuity. Can't have something just jumping out of nowhere, you know? How long have I been doing YouTube? Ooh, gosh, Casey would have to answer that. I don't know. I'm new. I feel new. Everything feels new always. Oh, thanks, Lee. Yeah, I've been doing YouTube off and on for a little while now. Enjoy it, you know. I also do all the other social media platforms, but YouTube is really special because I like the long format, you know. Ooh, we might be onto something here. This is kind of where my head's going here, you know? Kind of like that. It's backwards for you guys, but this is basically what I'm gonna endeavor on. Doesn't leave me a whole lot of room for some, you know, some flair. Maybe. Oh God! Well, there goes that. Pen doesn't like to stay. Newer, just wanted to ask how you got your blacksmithing and your craft. Oh, I started young. I started in welding first, and then one thing led to another, and I started getting stuff hot and moving it around. And yeah, it's been 20 years, 20 some odd years now. Never looked back. Yeah, we changed the clock today. Not a fan. Also, because I love to build hinges and sundials and things like that, which totally messed with time. You know, like the sun doesn't have a clock, you know, and if you have a shadow, that shadow should be one time. Damn it. Ooh. Remember seeing your Hobbit door in the chandelier. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your work. Awesome. Lee, couldn't thank you enough. I really do appreciate that. It's hard because I want to be able to mark my sort of plan down, but also this pen doesn't want to stay. But I'm also thinking about having one of the legs of the W offering a little extra flair, and I like it because I have a lot of space in that direction. Do I just go for it? Do I just freaking go for it? I don't know. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? Shoot. Usually, yeah. Usually I know what I'm doing. Oh, God. Scout, don't do this to me. Not on Daylight Savings Day. What time do you think it is? Oh, no. Is it? No. Is it 7? Is it 7 o'clock? Or is it 5 o'clock? It's something weird now. Monica, sure. Well, like there's just one behind me. But this is what it'll look like. When it's all said and done, this blueprint has taken some damage. But yeah, this is what it looked like. So you have this banister and you have stampeding horses and stained glass ripping and roaring down the banister. And yeah, these are the bones of it. It's still slowly making its way. Hey, it's 7. Oh my God, I'm learning stuff, guys. That's okay. That's okay. All right, what I want now, I need to set up a rig because one of the beautiful things about blacksmithing is you're always making your own tools. I need to figure out a tool so that I can like rest it. I want to rest it. Let me see. What do I got that would work? Because I bet you I can do something with a harder tool. You know, it makes sense to me. Like if, you know, this is the dog, this holds stuff down, but I want to hold stuff up with it. Like that, like this. And I could be like, bzzz, you know what I mean? Right? Like that. How do I do that? Let me think. I think I got it. I don't want that one. What do I want? I want you. There we go. This will grab on so it doesn't fall down any further than I want it to, you know what I mean? Hey, Matt. Yeah, my anvil horn would totally work. I want it like up here, up nice and high. You know what I mean? Let me move you over here so you can actually see what the heck I'm even doing. You right? All right. Yeah, somewhere in that there. Well, actually, even a little lower. Usually, I would do the anvil horn, 100%. But I've been trying to focus on keeping good posture, so I don't like throw my back out or anything like that. You know what I mean? That could work. Little spot to brace. Ooh, I like that even better. I like that even better. Because then I have like a nice little palm rest. It's like me. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. It goes me. Let me bring this down a little bit further. Come on now. Don't pinch the leather, Max. All right, let's try that. Maybe, baby. Would the horn just be better? Oh, the horn just might be the best thing. I think you're right. Yeah, I think the horn is just going to be it. I got to lubricate that. How do I want to do this? I'm going to give this thing a little spin. You know what, though? Before I go and do that, I need tea. I need tea. It's been a heck of a weekend. You know what I mean? What am I making? So, usually, I'm making big stuff out of iron. But a friend of mine, unfortunately, lost his dad. And he asked me to put in some of his initials into some of his silver and leather wristbands. So that's what I'm going to do. Sundays, I like to do kind of smaller little things where I can like hang out and keep chatting with you guys, you know? see what you asked? No. I posted a footstool update. Oh, good. Let's see. What did you post? Oh, Rage, you stand out nice because you're a member. Okay. Do you have any limited release coming for the holidays? I'm hoping to. I'm really hoping to. Kind of a little crazy right now. More on like back end stuff. Not even with the building stuff. Not even the fun part. A little bit with the back end stuff. But yeah, I always try to do a limited release for the holidays, and I'll let you know. Of course, of course. I'm just so grateful that you're even interested in something like that. Let me give the anvil a scooch. Let me try that. Let me try giving the anvil a scooch. Let me scooch you back first. Let's see. The big thing is, I don't like a wibbly wobbling anvil. So let's see. Let's get you where you need to be. How fun is that, looking right down the anvil at me? This is great. Oh, I undid my, That's okay. I'm gonna be like that. That'll work nicely. All right, what do I need down here? Oh, I always keep some shimming material down here for this exact reason, because I don't know if you noticed, but my floor is not flat at all. All right. Ta-da! All right, we're back in business, baby. And look, got a lovely little cup holder there. We're ready to rock. We got our engraver over there. Okay, now I just gotta get my pen and redo everything I undid. Like the stream chat guy? Oh. Really, Lee? Oh, well, I'll let you guys know. If you are part of the Discord, if you're not, what you doing? But yeah, be a part of the Discord, and that's where I like announce everything. You'll be able to get like first dibs on all that stuff. And if you're a patron, you get way first dibs. I give like the patrons like several days, if not a week, before I go opening it to the public. All right, let's start over. But we're not totally starting over, right? Because I remembered what worked before. Let's see here. Nope. Maybe a Sharpie is better for this? I don't know. But let's find out. Okay. Not great. A Sharpie is like just a mallet compared to a scalpel. Yeah, we're going pen. Pen. Pen's the way. Ever tried to make a watch bracelet? I've made watches. I used to make some really cool steampunk watches with like these cool copper and like gearwork covers on them. They were legit. But they were very expensive to build. To where like, well, maybe I'll return to that one day. That was a fun thing to build back in the day. A lot of it was experimentation, but I learned a lot. There's just not much space here. Oh my goodness. Let's start there. Okay, so the way I'm going to engrave today is not removal, it's displacement, right? And I think we're going to start with these three letters because they rub off the second I touch them. So I'm not even going to worry about the other side. Now, this thing has a noise to it that isn't as wonderful as the sound of my grating voice and the birds and that flatbed. So it's going to be kind of like a me. Well, it's going to sound like this. So adjust your volume accordingly. And all it is just a very hard little tip. This is a cheapo little $20 tool that you guys, I feel like every one of you would get benefit from one of them. Even if you're just putting your name in your tools so no one steals them. They're great little things. And they don't hurt, right? Even good for, I feel like a good little project for kids. Engraving wood and stuff. Because it's like a tattoo gun range, exactly. We're gonna be tattooing metal today. So it's very no harm. There's no like pinching. I think it'd be great for a kid project. You know, it's funny. I've been noticing that our young people don't really know how to work with hands right now. Maybe that'll come back. You know, they don't have the fine motor skills. And I know I'm kind of an outlier because when I was like a little guy, 3 years old, I was taking all sorts of stuff apart because that's just the way my brain was hungry for. And I was bored. Let's see. Let's get that out of your guys' way. And I'm just gonna get buzzing away. Hang out with me. I'm gonna keep checking in on the chat. Eye protection. Oh, Zig. There's nothing gonna come flying out. But now that you say that, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. There's gonna be no debris. No debris. Don't you worry. Here we go. We're going in. Wait a minute. I wonder, what if I set you guys up in a different angle to where you guys can see it? That was a nice teapot, right? It's a good old teapot. I like it. How could I do that? I need you like right here. But my current setup, that ain't gonna happen. Let me think. Let me think here. Let's see. Maybe I can. Let's see here. Maybe. Bear with me. Hey, bear with me. Okay. Biggest thing is you guys cannot be in my way. I'll get fired up and peeved off. Come on, work with me here. There we go. Maybe. More. Needs to be lower. It's tough because there's not like a method to look down. Here we go. What do you think about that, huh? Look at there. Hey, we're doing it, guys. We're figuring it out. All right. Moment of truth. Do I do a little test? Do I do a little practice? That'd probably be a good idea, huh? Is there a little hunk of steel laying around here somewhere? Of course there is. But I want to do that. That's cast. That's real hard. Let's see here. Yeah. A little bar of steel to. All right. One line down. Here we go. Okay. We got our first kind of letter roughed in. I can't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing here. There we go. I have another idea. Got another idea. Let me think. Let me think of how to make this happen. You got me on eye protection, and I might need to make that happen. How close do I need to get for? Oh, that's nice. Well, because I have, like, I know it seems ridiculous, but I have these lenses, and they totally work. Well, that's my real close-up guy. I don't want that. I want this guy. That does look good. I think I can double them up. Yeah, but I gotta get real close on that one. You know what I mean? How long did you hold your breath? No, legit. I'm not even kidding. It was 100% like at least a minute and a half. I'm over here just, locked in. I do like it. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the basic form of these letters down, and then I'll broaden certain areas. I'll be able to do more stuff. Yeah, they work. They totally work. All right, let's see here. Oh, could I even zoom on this? Oh, we can zoom. Okay, let's get in here. Let's dive on in. Yeah, that's my close lens. I don't want that guy. That's what I want. All right, I kind of want some earplugs. I'm gonna get some earplugs so I can be in Zen. I'm not a big fan of listening to. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Guys, we're figuring it out. We're getting locked in. We're getting luxurious. All right. Okay. All right. We're all good. You guys can see okay? Oh, yeah. Primo. All right. Let's lock in. Ooh. All right. Time focusing. Okay. It's subtle, but I like it. It's subtle, but I like it. Yeah. Right? It's looking all right. I dig it. All right. Let's get back to the other letters here. That D doesn't look too much like a P. I know it's backwards, but that D doesn't look too much like a P, does it? I can't quite tell. Let's dig in. Paul, the pun's always intended. Puns are always intended. It's good stuff. Yeah, because that doesn't look too much like a P, right? It looks like a D. If not, I'll need to change it. Let me know, guys. I don't know. Now I'm in my head. All right, let's try to figure out something better. Ooh, I got a little something. Is that better? I don't know. Now I'm going around. I'm swimming around through my head. I don't like it. Oh man. Okay, let's start. Let's just start over. Let's just start over. You like that better? Okay. I need to be higher. Maybe like that? What do you guys think? Yeah, like a vine tendril. Yes. Living things. It's the best. Okay. I like it. Let me hype myself up on a little bit more tea. Let's fire it up. Here we go. Okay, so is where we're at. Not bad. I like it. I like that it's subtle and it doesn't stand out, like too harshly. Yeah, I dig it. Hey, Ross, welcome. We're doing a little bit of engraving right now. Now the question is, do I sweat in a little bit of something a little bit darker to bring out those lines? You know what I mean? Oh, just so a friend of mine's, he lost his dad, and these are some of his leather bracelets, and I'm engraving his initials into them for a friend of mine. It's just it doesn't take much for me, but it might mean a lot more to somebody else. You know what I mean? Okay, let me undo that for a minute. Let me return back to you guys. Just for a minute, right? Yeah, some old type of varnish, something. Yeah. Okay. I like this. This looks good. Because what I can do, let's let's have ourselves a cup of tea. Oh, I'm so zoomed in. That's right. I was wondering, like, wow, I'm like really punched in right now. Let's have ourselves a wee little cup of tea to get nice and jittery for the next one. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to neglect you guys. Keenan, hello, happy Sunday. The beard, oh, it's growing on me. Yeah. Hope you're all having a terrific Sunday. Now that we're in the Novembers, I'm always sad to see, I'm always terribly sad to see Halloween go. Casey and I are big Halloweeners. Is that I don't know if that is that a thing? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, we're really into Halloween, and it's sad to see it go. But now I'm already looking forward to Thanksgiving, all that stuff. Nail polish quickly wipes off. Well, I'm thinking what I can do, and it could be just about anything. Right now, it's all silver, right? What I could do is push in just a little bit of like anything with a little bit of color. Honestly, I could take the Sharpie and wipe it in there and then wipe it off and it'll like go into those recesses. But I kind of want to leave it as is. And it'll kind of eventually get there on its own. Did I dress up Copper Dog? Yeah. He had this like cute little onesie that was like a spider. So he's a spider this year. He's got a couple different little outfits, but it was really cute. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Sharpies are a very good multifaceted little tool. All right, so taking what we learned from the other one, we're gonna go hard mode with this one here, with this silver. So we'll see how she goes. But I have a lot more vertical room, so maybe that's gonna change some stuff for us right now. Oof, it's gonna be tight. Wait a minute. Got 5 letters. I could do a vertical situation. Love your content. Bing bong. Oh, thank you. That means the world to me. That's why I do it. If it brings you guys some joy, time well spent. It means a lot to me. Bing bong. So I'm thinking about doing like splitting it up rather than like doing it like this, doing it like that. So I can add a little bit more design, a little bit more intrigue, I'm such a maximalist. All the puns, all the puns. But I'm such a maximalist, I want to pack as much into this thing as I possibly can. So let's see here. I'm going to split this thing up in half just for a nice little reference. Tomato, hi. I don't know how I feel about it. I got it in. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to try it again. Come on, pen, don't fail me now. What do you think about this? Like, let me, like getting in like that. Like, is that crazy? What would John Martin do? Kind of a thing. This is his idea, by the way. Just got here. What are you doing? I'm engraving a friend's dad's initials into some of his bracelets for him. It was a recent loss, and any type of loss is terrible and sad. But this is for a friend of mine. Ooh. What if he did was like scrolling around the initials? True. True. I was thinking about encapsulating things into some filigree, but since my space is so tight, I would rather give as much precedence to the letters as possible so they don't get lost. But I like where your head's at. I'm digging the I'm digging the symmetry. You know what I mean? Even though that this is not symmetrical, this little pin, even though that's not symmetrical, I like where this is headed. Yeah, but I just kind of want to make the letters have some filigree to them, as opposed to putting like a proper border around it. Fabulous. I don't know. It's been a long time since I washed it or done anything with it. So I'm glad you're liking it. We have similar hair. Gotcha. Just wondering, have you burnt your hair? Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, it's at like the perfect length to get singed. It doesn't grow past that. Any ideas on making hook jigs? Oh yeah, jigs are a great thing to have in your workshop, especially if it's something that you're thinking about, you know, doing a lot of. May I ask your sensory? Oh yeah, it's high in 57. You could damn near spin a globe, and not quite that much, but all over Europe. Been in the States for a long time. I think I'm ready. think I'm ready to endeavor on this next one. What do you guys say? I'm gonna hang this over the anvil where it goes. We got our little engraving tool. I got my funny my funny little glasses, my lenses, so I can see you all nice and close up. I'm gonna bring you over here. Let's see here. Let's bring you in. Let's bring you around town where you're not in my way because I don't want to get upset. Oh, there we go. Maybe I can even zoom. Whoa! Power zoom. Holy crap. Maybe lower. Oh, whoa, you could even like, is that too close? Is that crazy? Man, the power of these things. Jeez. How is that for you guys? I can't quite see. I know it zooms, it's freaking me out. We're learning something new every day. Maybe that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's lock in. Here we go. We're all teed up. We're nice and jittery. All right. So this tool just vibrates. It's almost like a tattoo gun, but for metals or wood or anything else like that. Let's freaking go. Okay. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good here. Take those guys out. Whoa! Lost my lenses. I gotta get that another like little close up because I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I don't know if I mentioned, but like there's only a couple of these of his around. So if I mess this up, it's curtains. It's curtains for me. I think I like that. Yeah, here's where we're at with it. Right? I really don't want to keep messing with it because the more I mess with it, the more chances are I'm going to tear it up. You know, right? I'm going to mess it up somehow. So I think we're in a good state. Love it. Oh, good. Hey, Max, after you do your initials, could you do some scrolling around the initials? I know. I don't want to. So let me. I want to, because that's my natural. That's what I would naturally do. Is I would add more and more and more, and I'd keep adding until the initials fade into the filigree and it's not recognizable. You know what I mean? It's just so easy to overdo it, and I'm always trying to pump my own brakes. You know, it's tough. How's it look when it opens? Oh yeah, that looks good. I like it. I'm gonna keep it just like this. Oh, but no, you're right. So if I added a scroll left and right, the problem is this little guy. I totally could add like a little scroll over there, but then I'd have to compete with this dude on that side. So I don't know if I don't really have any room. You know? I think we got it. No, there's one little thing. Hang tight. That did it. That's better. I feel like the W's could use a little extra. Makes a lot of sense on that. You know, it's these constant design choices that you're constantly making as a creator, right? And no matter what you're building, you're constantly making those choices and learning from mistakes and like, oh, that one I went a little overboard. So it really affirms that there's no such thing as wasted time. Even if no one in the entire world sees that funny little project that you have buried in a drawer somewhere, it's all good stuff because you're learning. You're constantly experimenting and you know, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna add a little bit extra to the W's to wrap this thing up. That's it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore because I think it's perfect. They are perfect. Now I know these are gonna be backwards for you guys, but there we go. Freshly engraved, and a good deed done. You know, Loss is hard. Doesn't matter if it's to whatever. You know, even just saying goodbye to a loved one is hard enough. It's even harder when you don't get the chance. But I already know how much that's gonna mean to my friend. And you just saw how easy and simple that was. You know, 20 some odd years of experience got put into that. But that's why I curate these things. I'll be able to give, It's nice to be net positive in your knowledge and what you give versus what you receive. So I think that's going to mean a lot, and I'm really excited to give that to him. And it's a really difficult time he's navigating. Rage, you don't need to be doing that. Quit that. What kind of tea do you have today, Max? Ross, this is Darjeeling. A lovely, just, tried and true, right? Tried and true, good old black tea. Rage, thank you. That's very kind of you to do. Yeah. No wasted work. There's no such thing. It's all pooling into your general knowledge. It's good stuff. Also, when we're talking about, I'm not a father myself, but I'm a real fun, like a funkle. I'm a proud funkle. And I tell you what, like it's my life's goal to get young people working with their hands, because it's all tablets and touchscreens nowadays, right? Which is fine. They need to learn the technology. They need to be up to date. But if you got a young person in your life, I tell you what, like one of these are pretty slick. It's a little engraving tool. It's $20. And they'll probably be able to use it for years. It's got different settings on it. But what's nice about it is this thing can be on and it won't hurt you. It won't hurt, harm, or anybody. Well, maybe someone with like really soft hands. But as far as I know, this is very safe for kids. And you can engrave wood, you can engrave metals, you can do all sorts of stuff. They can draw. And I think that would be a pretty neat, like, little project. I think that would be really cool for a young person to have in their little toolbox. Give them some ear protection so, like, it's not uncomfortable for them, because it does have the little me sound. But yeah, I think get young people working, using their hands, using their brain in concert with their hands. It's good stuff. It's meaningful. Ooh, you know what we should do? We should put the anvil back where we had it. Because it's weird. The space feels weird. The anvil's pointing at me. Let me back you up for a second. Let me give this guy a little do-si-do. And did you look at that? Grab my little lenses. But yeah, these things worked great, huh? All right, there we go. We're back. Okay. What else, you guys? We did ourselves a little, maybe an hour-long project. Pretty slick. Did a good deed, did a favor. What are you guys up to? You have a question? Yes, please shoot. Intense leg day complete. Hardest part is eating, which is next. Oh, man. That's my favorite part. Big old eater. But leg day, man, you look like, it's like weekend at Bernie's sometimes. What is the optimal radius for hooks? That's an interesting question. It depends on what job the hook is doing. Because sometimes just a hook that has a very gradual little hook to it works fine. And then sometimes you actually need a lot of curvature to it. So that's kind of a tough question to answer. Let me think. Do I have any good hooks? Because I just slap hooks out like mad, but they're all ugly. They're all like meant for utilitarian purposes. I don't have any pretty hooks. But I like a relatively open hook, right? Let me give you like a visual aid. Here we go. Got a little bit of scratch paper and a Sharpie here. So when it comes to hooks, let's say here's your wall. Right? There's your wall. So your hook could come, back, and then it's really important, very important at least, to either in the same direction as like a little keeper. Yeah, I'll illustrate that real quick. Like almost like a little snail scroll, right? Because then it's hard for things to like slip off, right? It's a little keeper. But what's nice about doing a little scroll at the end of your hooks is it's an ancient way to make things not sharp. You don't want people reaching for something and prick their hand on some sharp piece of steel. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Tracy. But when it comes to my hooks, I like it to be a little bit more open. Because much like, using your tools, anything, it needs to be or it's optimal to be a pleasurable experience, right? If your hammer handle has got a chip in it, it's digging into the side of your thumb, and it's just not fun and not enjoyable to work with. I think that's a very important thing that a lot of people overlook, right? Is the enjoyment of its use. So when it comes to your hooks, you don't want it to be hanging up on stuff. You want to be able to mindlessly do its job. So in terms of a hook, optimal is ergonomic, right? You don't want like people to grab their keys off that keychain and the scroll you made is just small enough to barely squeeze a key ring over, right? You don't want to like someone to have to grab their keys and they're like, key, go, ooh, yeah, trying to get their damn keys. They're busy. They're thinking about the errands they're about to run. You don't want them to have to even think about the action of what they're doing. Best age, legs and chest, man. If you're sore, that's debilitating. Like, does that make any sense? If you want these things to do their job so that they're so pleasurable to do. If that makes any sense. So that's my optimum radius comment to that. Hello from Ireland. Hi, Gary. Cheers. Cheers from the States. I think that makes sense. Good. And if you're really wanting to endeavor into your blacksmithing journey and learn from the horse's mouth, well, I have an online apprenticeship program through Patreon that I'd love to teach you personally. I got like damn near 50 lessons on there and still counting. And every month we have a Zoom meeting where it's this, but it's just the apprentices around the world, and it's pretty great. It's a lot of fun. Watching from the Philippines, lucky, like even you from the Philippines could be one of my apprentices. It's pretty darn cool. And it's a rad collection of people that all help each other. It's very inspiring. Ooh, another question. Here we go. Should I put a twist in the hooks? I mean, you gotta love a twist. It's a great way to add detail and intrigue into your work. Or will it mess up the wall? It can. It can. So let me show you a little something. I could fire up the forge and show you, but that's a little noisy, and we already did our little project for the day. But let me grab some clay. So often when I'm teaching my students, I use clay because I'll give you a little freebie, a little free lesson. So clay, this is clay, if you didn't know. Clay is a really nice proxy for steel. It moves in very similar ways, especially when it's all kind of dried out and gnarled like this thing is. So you can put a twist in it, and I don't want you to have to stress about it messing up the wall because of one thing, one process. All right, well, so let me get this out into like a piece of square bar, right? We're gonna forge this out the same exact way. It's all dry, so it's cracking on me, so ignore that. But we're getting some bar going. Right, forging it out, nice and equal sides. Only working on two sides as you do, drawing out taper. I might as well just make a stinking, I might just as well make a hook. I'm going to stick it in the anvil. So you won't mess up the wall, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you why and how here in a second. I'm just drawing this bar out. I don't want to get crazy with it because crazy stuff happens. You know, we can't have that. Okay, we're getting there. And I'm going to make this bar pretty large so that you can see it. It shows up on camera, right? We're going to get our tip drawn out real nice and fine like we would normally on a nice taper. You know, just rotating my tong hand on 90-degree intervals. Okay, we're going to planish that out. Okay, you know what? We're also going to break our edges because we're professionals. This is an amateur hour. Okay. Breaking the edges means I turn the bar of steel on the diamond, right? And forge, and also it forges on the other side as well because the anvil is pushing up from underneath. Okay. And we're just going to leave this end wild. It's got a crack in it, but that's just because this clay is just a little worn out. That's okay. So what we would do on this end, say it's a little warbly on me. So as usual, on the diamond, we would forge this tip, this end, back onto itself. It's a little tough because it doesn't want to kind of stay, but you get the idea, right? Forge that end, and then we would cool that. It won't work with clay, so what we would do is we would cool that tip, all right? So then I could then hammer this back the other way, okay, for your hook, right, as we work. So at this point, you can choose to do your twist, or you could do your twist here. Let's do it this way. So let's say you wanted to do your twist across here. You know, put one side in the vise, you get a crescent wrench and give it a good old little twist. Then you do your hook, right? So now what you're asking is that sharp edge, will it damage the wall? And in this state, yeah, it would. Until we do this, right? So come back over to your Fisher anvil. You would do this before rolling up your scroll, and you'd forge that out. You know what? Let's say you even got really crazy with the twist. Let's say you got really wild with the twist and got it all the way up to like the chuck, right? That's what you do. You come back over and you flatten it. You flatten it where you know it'll be meeting the wall. And what's really cool about this is it gives you a nice and flat area to attach it to the wall. But also, you get some kind of cool details along the sides. You get even more stuff going on. Then you forge the rest of your hook, and this gives you a nice big flat spot to set adrift. Let's just use this little guy real quick. Let me move my teacup as I'm over here playing with clay. You know, you punch your drift, boop, punch. Get a little bit deeper than that. You would turn that over. This is all done before the hook part of it, of course. But yeah, I'd see where my drift is. Send that back through. This is not a perfect analog when it comes to clay. It's close enough. You know, you'd knock your slug out. This is not how you do it with steel, by the way. So what you would end up with is a lovely little hook detail with two holes that you can screw or nail into a wall. And yeah, they just work great, you know, and you could have like a really deep hook like this. You could also have it a nice shallow hook like I was talking about. It's your choice. You're the artist here. Hey, Moons, it's been forever. So, very simple, but just make sure you won't damage the wall if you flatten that out. You know what I mean? Simple as that. What the hell is that? Cow? What the I didn't know you can do that here. I thought that was like only a TikTok thing. What in the world? Well, Cheers to that cute little thing you sent me. That was very kind of you. Well, welcome. Welcome to our little Sunday chat. You know, where we hang out and discuss. But I hope that was helpful. Do you have any sconces you've made? I don't. Everything I've ever made always goes to a client. You know, I can't afford to just have things laying around. You know, I used to back in the day when I had to like prove what I could do, is I'd make sconces and mirrors and stuff. Mythic. God, that looks delicious. Ooh, some whipped cream and some hot cocoa sounds so good right now. Well, cheers to that, you guys. That's so kind of you. You don't need doing that. Was it helpful? Well, good. And like I said, if you ever want to learn from me, the Patreon's always there for you. Oh, there's Casey. But you know, money. Oh, don't I know it? I totally understand. But but today we did a little bit of engraving work. My buddy, he lost his dad, and I engraved his initials into some of his old bracelets. And you know what? I hope it. You know, it's so easy for me, and I hope it will mean something to him. You know, like I think it will. So it's our good deed for the day. I just love these Sundays because it's a perfect way for me to just kind of hang out, chat with my audience and my community. It's really neat. I'm always interested in what you guys, you know, are doing. Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, it's a website. It's like a subscription thing. It's great. Also, you have if you're curious about being a Patreon, you get tons of different accesses to the Discord. Oh my God, you get a lot of stuff. Mythic. She'll love that. She'll love that. Thanks, buddy. You guys are so kind. You guys need to quit. I don't know what to do with my hands. Oh, you guys' support's never ignored. Like you guys are just, you really mean a lot to us. Thank you. But stop it. Have you ever done a dragon scale twist? Yes. Yeah. I don't do it very often because usually if I'll do a twist, it'll often be in contact with someone's hand. And very often that twist is a little on the sharp side for most people's hands. You know, same with the Rubik's twist. Some people can't quite, it's a little too sharp, you know? You know, not everyone has the shoe leather, you know? I am from Georgia. Happy fall. Oh, Catherine, happy fall to you, my dear. So good to see you. Oh, I just got a text from my buddy Zach. Oh, hi, man. I miss you so much. He says he's listening to Fill the Void. That Zach is a gentleman that I play D&D with and have been for years now. And we have gone on so many adventures, not only in our imaginations, but in real life. Oh, buddy, I miss you, pal. I guess next Friday. So one of our players in our D&D campaign is having to like kind of work this like gnarly, 2 month long shift for work. And we're all just really suffering from it because, you know, if you've never played D&D, I highly suggest it because it's a good way to make friends into family. And I mean that wholeheartedly. If you guys play D&D, you understand what I'm talking about. Because you go past so much BS. You know, you learn so much about each other. You go off on these adventures. Like a good table, right? If it's a toxic table, then I don't know what to do for you. But if it's a good darn table, there's just nothing like it. And I miss you, pal. Love you, buddy. But yeah, we'll get together soon enough. I think Friday is when we return to our scheduled programming. Hi, Zachary. Oh, buddy. Hi, man. Oh, I miss you, bud. I want to play, but need a group. Moons, just take your time. It's worth finding the right folks, and you never know. Even if you get into a kind of a whatever table, there might be one person there that you totally just like bond with, and you could maybe create another one outside of that one. So just get your hands dirty, get in there, and do some adventuring. Oh, I'm missing these Sunday chats. Well, welcome. I'm very blessed to have you guys here. It's a huge honor, for me to be able to like. I feel very honored. What I'm trying to say, to have you guys here. To be able to share some time. Do a little bit of a craft. Maybe help a guy out. It's good. Feels good. Make a Christmas list? No, absolutely not, Rage. No way. Who's the elf here? I'm the one that fills the list. It's not the other way around. Damn it. Introduction? Yeah, honestly, introductions. Yet again, instills the idea that there's no such thing as wasted time. Things shape you. Just like, this hammer against this anvil, every experience you have, every trial and tribulation is a strike of the hammer. And it shapes you, it forms you. And I feel like, it's very easy to allow yourself to become misshapen by that. Oh, here we go. I'm going to get all philosophical. Oh, God, buckle up, everybody. But it's very easy to allow yourself to be misshapen, right? To get your dings. But I feel like every blow, every hammer strike can do good for you, even if it's a struggle. You know it? The steel doesn't realize it's getting shaped into something beautiful. All it knows is it's like, ow, 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 damn. But then it becomes something magnificent. Just keep that in mind. Both good things and bad things are strikes. Did that make any sense? I hope it did. God, as I tear off into philosophy, my own personal whatever. But it can also refine you. Yes, Ross. Yes. All of it. All of it is refining you if you allow it to. Like I feel like we're like sometimes trying to fight against what the world is trying to shape us into, maybe the best part of ourselves. I don't know. But who am I? I'm just a kooky guy in a workshop drinking tea. Wait, is Discord free? Yeah, Discord's totally free. It's just like patrons just get a little bit more. No, I'd love to see you there. But yeah, I hope to see you there, my friends. And you have a beautiful day to get to, and I'm going to leave you to it. We did our good deeds for the day. Yeah, I think it's time for some lunch. I think we earned some lunch today, by God. All right, well, happy November, everybody. Happy daylight savings time to our unfortunate U.S. members. Yeah, we got a little extra hour of sleep. But yeah, Cal, great to see you all. Man, Minecraft Apex, yeah, here in a second. Let me eat some lunch. And I'll be there. Love you all. And don't forget to love each other, damn it. And strike true out there. All right. See ya. Bye-bye.